Go for it.
And we are live, episode 14,
Hello.
HCG. You're listening to Craig, and along with me, as per usual,
It's me, Mike. I'm here.
me, Mike, me.
Me, Mike. My mic's fine. My mic's right here, and
Yeah.
I'm here.
So, first of all, apologies for the later stream than normal. I think with work commitments, and I would say that a new game coming out, New World, that we've been kind of ploughing through, and the release of the Battlefield beta, I think, has taken its toll on us. Tiredness, and yeah, we've just been busy on that, I suppose.
Yep.
So let's just jump straight in this. Basically, I just want to quickly chat, and I know I showed you earlier this week, and for those that don't know, I did get a new TV, and on this TV, I found something called Steam Link on the Samsung TV. In doing this, I've linked up. Basically, it's linking up my PC, streaming it live to my TV. But it has functionalities revolving around connecting my what's it called?
Controller and stuff.
Yeah, so connecting my controller, connecting my keyboard and stuff like that. So and what was it?
I presume are they like Bluetooth or plugged into your TV?
Yeah, it's just Bluetooth. So the Samsung TV has Bluetooth functionality, so you can connect controllers to it, keyboards, mouse, basically anything that's Bluetooth, headphones, the lot. I did try New World on it, which seemed to run fine. However, the batteries on my keyboard decided to keep going. Therefore, as I was running forward, and then I went to turn, it didn't turn. It just kept running forward because my batteries died on my keyboard.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I had a panic on because I was running towards lots of enemies, pulling them, and I had to run to my PC to try and save myself from dying.
That's funny. That could happen on your PC.
Yeah, it could, yeah. Well, mine's wired. Can't really say that, but yeah, I've got a wired one.
If you're using the same keyboard and mouse, that could happen on a PC.
So I found that out. There is, which I haven't tried yet, which I discussed with yourself, Mike. Valheim. So Valheim does have controller functionality. Now there is a default setting there. So if I connect my Xbox controller up, it registers that I've connected an Xbox controller up and has default mapping already in place. Obviously you can change that around, but that might be quite a good little game to test that out and try that out and see how that works. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out that I'd done that, and that I'd also downloaded the Epic Game Store, the free one, which is the PC simulator one.
PT Sim. Yeah.
The builder one. So I downloaded that. So I haven't given it a go yet, but I did download that on your recommendations last week. So I will give that a go. I don't know if you got it.
No,
I don't know. Yet. I don't know much about it. I know there's a new one coming out if it's not out already, and I didn't note that down, so I'm not too sure what that is.
I don't know much about the game in regards to.
It just looks bizarre.
You build PCs, but I don't know whether you build them and sell them or whatever.
I think so. I think you can gain more money to buy better things, but then obviously they can fry, and then you have to do refunds and so on and so forth. But yeah, looks alright. Might give that a go. See what it's like.
And the next game they're bringing out is for Halloween, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Zombie in the Rainbow.
Oh, it's what's he called? It's an old game. It's a very old game that used to be on the original Xbox.
Stubbs the Zombie.
Stubbs the Zombie, yeah. So it's just that's been remastered about, oh god, it must be about 9 months ago now. 8-9 months ago it got remastered. So yeah, that's the next free one on the PC, which I might give I might give it a download, to be honest. See what it's about.
I think the main point is Epic Game Store has a free game every every so often, so kind of good to keep an eye out. The one after that is gonna be, it's not a free game, but it's the Paladins Epic Pack
I did see that one.
as well. So
Pretty cool. On a side note, as you know, and I just want to let the world know, I may drown tomorrow. I'm gonna go do my little paddleboarding missions on my own.
yep.
So
So from next week, it may just be me, guys.
yeah, there'll be an empty seat here. I'll get my
There won't be
wife.
an empty seat. There'll be no seat.
Well, no, I'll get my wife to still put the stream on, and it'll just be nobody sat in the seat.
That's cool. I'll bring your animated character back.
We can actually do that. Actually, I've seen that. You know, I can put them in here now, which would be pretty
Live.
cool. Yeah, live going. I don't know how taxing that would be to try and get that to go through, but
I've got a feeling I've seen someone else do it on YouTube, and I think I've got a feeling that you could do like a head, but if you try and do the whole body and everything else, it just
yeah,
probably a bit much.
we'll see how that goes. Right, have you got anything to drop there? Are you doing anything? What are you doing? Nothing.
Not particularly. I'm rehearsing for a panto, as you know. I do shows and plays and stuff like that in the theatre world as a hobby. Doing that at the moment, which is a bit interesting because this one's being recorded, professionally recorded, as more of a, not a film, but more of a TV show esque, rather than it being a panel due to COVID and restrictions and stuff like that. We felt like that was the better choice. So it's been quite interesting to see all that stuff and see how that gets done, because it's very different to how it would normally be put
Well,
on
if there's a
stage.
if there's a live stream of that, going out there on any social media or anything, we can always plug that. We can put that out there and guide anyone to it.
Yeah, I don't know what the score is. I think they're looking at potentially streaming it live, possibly on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There is a way for them to do it like as a payment, like a small fee to do that. They may not do it that way. They may just, that because restrictions are changing, so they may end up, for a lot of people up this way, they'll end up showing it to them in the theater, but with it being on a screen. Like the kids and like the younger generation, like all the kids and stuff that would normally see it, because they're allowed to do that. But when it comes to adults, they're not allowed. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens and stuff like that. But it's quite interesting, quite unique, quite a bit of an experience to go through, compared to normally just people looking at you rather than.
So very quickly, talking about restrictions, I've got a question to ask you anyway, because I'm heading up to Edinburgh in 2 months tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, from what I've heard, it's still all masks, etc. But is that going to continue, or is that going to die off soon, or what's the? I don't know what the crack is up there.
It's still masks inside places.
Yeah, but by December, is it due to
I don't know.
be relaxed, or
I don't
is
know
it
by
nothing?
December.
Nothing. Right. Okay. I was just curious if anything had been said. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. We've had God knows how many months or over a year of all that crap, and so let's move on to bigger and better things.
Go for it.
So, gaming news then. Let's jump on this. I'll let you take the lead on this, seeing so on our notes that you're in there first. So if you've got them in front of you.
I did have.
Unless you want me to just jump in.
No, I do. Okay, yeah. So one of an interesting one. We were talking. Funny enough, that we were talking about Rust the other day. Rust is now getting a full-blown quest system, almost 8 years later. I think they've figured out that
player base has gone down the shitter, basically.
yeah, we had this discussion, didn't we, with me, you, and a friend online,
Yeah.
about hardcore PvP and the likelihood of keeping people playing when you've been, playing for hours and then someone shoots you in the face and nicks all your stuff. Kind of a bit, it's a bit rough. It's not rough for the people who are winning. It's really good for them. They're all happy and all that good stuff. But for the people who are not, it
It's a
effectively makes them
fucking
quit.
pain in the ass.
Yeah,
That's what it
I
is.
know, I know, I know. New World in Open Alpha was like that, and then got drastically changed into the game it is today. And it's about player base. And the thing is with this is that there is a niche of people that want hardcore PvP out there, and that's fine.
Yeah,
But
but give them the option to do that. Don't you know? Give them a chance to do something like that. Maybe like you go in a certain part of the world or something like that, where don't open that up to everyone.
well, this is the problem, right? So there is people talk about it and say that PvP, hardcore PvP is a thing and people want it. However, there isn't enough people that want it.
Yeah,
So there's no developer that's going to come out and make a game and keep it hardcore PvP forever because the player base will fall off.
yeah,
It's simply put, your games that come out like this, people play for a while. Your DayZs. DayZ's a good one. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
people play that. Lots of people play it on the computer, like on the PC when it first came out. People played it on the console and stuff, but the player base drops because people just get frustrated and annoyed of playing it and then getting shot and not no progression. Some of these games will definitely start having a progression system in them in some way. Um, anyway, this one for Rust, it's repeatable quests, but it's stuff like gathering wood, go fishing, killing certain things, or making certain things and handing them in, and they'll give you like blueprints or like rewards. So you might get other weapons or other material and stuff that you could use
yeah,
for that. It's not necessarily it's not a quest storyline missions or anything like this. It's just ones to kind of give you something to go do when you don't know.
Oh, yawny.
Excuse me. When you don't know what to, it's later than usual, isn't it? When you don't know what to actually like physically go do. Um, I think it's good. I think it's a good introduction. Introduction. They should have done it,
Yeah,
which is fine. Um, moving on for me. I'll jump on Amazon. With New World, the things are coming out at the moment that Amazon hates healers. Um,
you hate it. You're hated.
right. So I
What a
play
prick.
partly a healer, right? Because I have in many MMOs. Um, I'll ask you a question before I give you the answer to this, Craig.
Go for it.
Why do you think Amazon hates healers?
Why do they think they hate it?
Yeah, you've played New World.
Because you can't fucking die.
No, Amazon hates healers, as in Amazon's not helping them.
I thought you just meant they hate them because basically they're kind of
And that would be the players playing the
make
game.
no, because you can't die. Therefore, the game just becomes like easy, so
No,
easy.
no, it's not that.
Oh, well, I
No.
don't know then.
So Amazon hates healers because in that game, for anyone that doesn't know, you level up your character, but you also level up your weapon. And leveling up your weapon gives unlocks and everything else. So the more you level up your weapon, the more skill points you have in it, the more powerful the weapon is. Blah blah blah. Right. When you attack a mob, and you kill that mob, you get some points towards that weapon because you
Hmm.
used it. Now, as we figured out, you can switch weapon during that time frame while killing the same mob, and you will share the amount.
Right.
However, generally speaking, if you went full blown healer, you are healing people rather than fighting,
Yeah.
and you get no bonuses towards your weapon if you heal someone.
I suppose. Yeah. See what you're saying.
Now, there's a bit that's come out and said that if you're healing party members, you do.
Right.
But basically, if you heal someone like they're running past or whatever, and you
I've
heal
had
them,
random people healing me.
and I've done it. I've had people run past me and I've tried to heal them, and it's a little bit annoying because it doesn't lock to them. Like if they're in your party, it locks to them automatically, but if you're not, it doesn't. But if you put like a ground heal down and everyone jumps in, they get healed. You get nothing for doing apart from healing the people. And I'm not necessarily saying that you should get something for that in some ways, because obviously this could be just massively abused. Yeah, you could just
I, th-
walk into an area and pop
I think,
healers
if
everywhere, and
anything, you should get probably a bit of a more of a benefit if they're not in your party.
yeah, it's I get why they haven't done it. It's because it's a difficult one to balance. If someone runs past you, they're fighting someone, right? You could effectively go to a tougher area in New World, right? I'm level 22 or whatever it is, right? Say I go to a level 30 area,
Yeah.
go find someone that's fighting, who's got a lot of health, yeah, and I just heal them, right? I'm not really benefiting them that much. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm keeping them alive, right? But I just heal them. But because they're, constantly losing health, you're constantly healing them all the time. But I'm not having to fight anything. I could just basically get my weapon leveled up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the solution is, but I can understand where there being a problem. And there's no other heal mechanic in the game. You either use the light staff or you're not a healer. Um, I don't know what to do to fix the problem. I have always felt like, I mean, if you're in a party and stuff, then it's obviously working and it's fine. So that
Yeah.
that doesn't count. So if you go do like a dungeon or whatever, then or if you're in PvP or something, I'm presuming that's gonna work and it's gonna be okay. Um, as far as leveling up points and stuff like that, they probably could do it. They probably could do it so that at least give you something. Maybe it's just not a lot.
Possibly, yeah.
The
I
other
don't
thing
know. I
I've
don't know
always
what the
felt,
solution is.
the other thing with that, I've always felt that when they should like, obviously you can do a bit of damage while as a healer, right? But they should like promote healing to do do more damage. Like what I mean by that is there's some spells in the tree that when you cast them they do damage, like 150% weapon damage or whatever, and they do an additional heal or they do whatever towards the healing. So they give you some utilization of being able to fight. But why don't they do? They should put like a not a finishing move, but they should put a spell that you can cast based on the fact of how much healing you've done before you've cast it.
Possibly.
Like an AoE or something. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I just think it's quite good. Quite good if you could heal people for ages and then cast this like not mega move, but a decent move.
I think you should just be a fucking badass and just fucking go in there all guns blazing.
What healing?
Just fucking twat them with your staff.
Oh, people. I think. Oh, apparently, New World's crying out for healers because not enough people are healing. But I completely understand that because there's only one weapon that can heal, and there's like 6 or 7 other weapons that can fight. So you're naturally not going to get enough healers. But it's also not very glorified, is it?
No.
We play on the Marauders, yeah, as the faction. Can you imagine, all the Marauders chanting and oh, we're gonna kill them all, and then a Marauder turning up being like, no worries, and I'll heal you. Don't
Oh,
worry.
that's you.
That is me. But
You're the little wanker at the back who's like throwing his green shit at us, his green
yeah,
skunk
you
at
won't be fucking calling me a wanker when I'm keeping you alive, motherfucker.
us.
All good stuff. All good stuff. Right, I'll flick over to you. I do have a couple of other things to mention, but I'll let you say a couple of
That's
things.
alright. Right, so I'm gonna change this up a little bit. This will be good for anybody who's actually physically watching the stream. For
And
those,
shit for anyone else.
well, no, because what I've done is I'm gonna discuss it as we go, right? So, I'm going to actually share my screen with you, Mike, so you
Ooh.
can see this. That one there, I think. Is that the right one?
Oh, watch stream. Yeah.
Hopefully you can see this. Can you see that?
No.
No. Brilliant. Fucking good start, that, isn't it?
Z Crisis 2 has minimized their application. Sit tight.
I fucking haven't minimised nothing, you lying bastards.
Stream paused.
No, it tells lies. It tells lies. I never know how to do this thing. What's that one? Try that one.
That's better. That one's better.
Can you see that, can you?
I can see that. Yeah.
Yep. Right. So, this is the new Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontline.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I know I think the trailer just dropped for it not too long ago. I don't know if that's get away. So what I'll do is I'll play this video and we can kind of discuss
How
it.
many games are Ubisoft making?
Oh, there's loads, man. So it's very, as far as I'm aware, it's very tactical based. But for like I say, there for the first time, you basically going to be 100 players on one big map, as you're trying to complete these tactical missions and all these different objectives. And as we've seen in the past with Ghost Recon and stuff like that, like all the mission stuff, I just don't know. I think it'd be really, really good with all the little gadgets and tactics and whatnot. What you get, the fact that it's a story played game now, but with all these all these other people trying to do the same thing, I just think it's going to be absolutely amazing.
I mean, to be fair, if you they're kind of taking, you know, what was it, break point or breakout or whatever the last one.
Yeah.
But those ones that we've played, you know, we played them co-op. You played against the computer all the time. To have even to just have that game and then throw loads of people doing the same thing in the game at the same time would be amazing.
Yeah. But it was
very much sounds like
Division and Division 2 where that was the first kind of time they really introduced it, wasn't it, when you went in the dark zone? So it's that type of thing where it's like the dark zone, but that's the game now on a massive map with lots of other people at the same time.
Looks good. Looks good.
But yeah, so that you can see on that. If you can see the video, then yeah.
Reveal trailer. So I presume it's not coming out anytime soon.
No, not as far as I'm aware. So we've actually just registered to the beta. If you can see the video, you can actually see that on there. It's ghostreconfrontline.com. Get yourself over there and register.
Register now.
Yep, you can choose between the Xbox series of consoles, the PlayStation, PC. I can't remember if I know it says Stadia on here, but I can't remember if there was an option to choose for a beta.
We won't beta test it on Stadia.
But I'm assuming they will have to do that anyway.
But they won't beta test it on Stadia.
Well, you'd think they'd have to though.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought that you'd think they'd have to do that.
No, because the beta testing that we do there, is testing the servers. It's not testing the game.
Well, we'll just say. I just say I don't know what.
Because the reason why I say that, right? It's like Battlefield, right? That we've obviously going to move on to at some point, but we do games beta testing that's paid for, correct?
Yeah.
And you fill in forms and report issues and all that good stuff about the game.
Yeah.
And that's because we're testing the game and its functionality of the game, and testing specific aspects of the game that they want us to test at that specific moment in time. Open betas are not to do that. Closed betas sometimes alphas are more to do with that. But as soon as they go open beta, they are, and possibly like second or third closed beta or whatever, they are for testing and stress testing service.
I just thought they'd still need to do it for Stadia, possibly. But either way.
The problem is you'd have to get it like you'd have to get Stadia to like install it on everything.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know how Stadia
They're
works.
pre-installed, isn't it?
I can't comment on Stadia at all because I don't know
It would be like Microsoft Cloud putting the Battlefield
but
beta on the cloud
service. Have
service.
to test it though, wouldn't they? You'd still think they'd test it somehow.
Well, that it works with Stadia.
Yeah, that it works.
Oh, they'll test that. They'll do that. But you're not like I'm saying that you're not doing that there.
Well,
they've spoke to Stadia and worked with Stadia to make sure it works with Stadia.
yeah.
All they want to do in these situations is stress test the service.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on.
I agree with you. They've already done it. That's what I mean.
I just want to skip the next one because I want to move on to a game here called Riftbreaker. Have you heard about this one? So This is one that I think you will possibly like the look of. I'll give you a quick rundown. This is off their actual website here. So
do you want to leave that on or not?
I'm going to leave it on because I'm going to show you the video.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Cool.
So Riftbreaker is a base building survival game with action RPG elements. You're an elite scientist or commando inside an advanced mech suit capable of dimensional rift travel. Hack and slash countless enemies, build up your base, collect samples and research new inventions to survive. This to me looks right up your street. So
I'm sold.
What I'll do is I'll knock this on for you.
Please let the base building and please let the stuff be watching good.
The thing. Oh, and Game Pass, by the way. So if anybody's watching the video now, you'll.
I was not expecting it to be top down, but I already love it.
Yeah. So it just looks like top down. If anyone's played Halo, what was it called?
It looks class.
Yeah, Halo, Diablo-esque, that top-down view. I can't remember what the Halo game was called now. It's that type of view.
Spartan Assault.
Yeah, that's what it reminds you of Spartan Assault, because you've got like lots of waves of enemies coming at you, that type of thing. But then there's base building involved in it, which is very much Age of Empires-ish, but
it's isometric view.
Yeah.
Okay, question for you.
But it just looks insane.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, so that's coming out in 5 days' time. Play it day one with Xbox Game Pass. Yes.
Second question.
Second question. 2
Because
syllables.
my first question was when's it going to be out? Second question.
Yeah.
Is it single player only?
Is it? Oh, now you're asking something. I'm going to answer that in a minute once I sorted out the stream, because we've got a bit of an issue. Are you there, Mike? Oh no, I've done something. I've done something to the stream. What have I done? Bear with me, people. Bear with me. I'm back. I fucked it up.
Oh man.
Mate, this is what I get when I'm messing around with shit.
Cameras off.
Mate, don't worry. Shh. Everyone just shut your eyes for a second while I get my camera back.
If they're listening on a podcast, it doesn't matter. But you might want to explain what just happened.
Oh, I did. I said I've lost you. I fucked up.
All right. Okay. I was just giggling. I was just laughing.
Yeah, I'll get my camera back on.
That's funny. That is funny shit.
Just bear with me while my camera tries to work its magic.
That's cool. What was that called? Rift what?
That was Riftbreaker.
Riftbreaker.
There we go. Camera's back on. We're back on. We're running. Yeah, I have no idea what I pressed on there. Totally fucked that up there. Yeah, for all those listening, I just totally kicked the stream out and had a meltdown. So I think.
Okay,
Mike,
single player campaign first.
Right. Okay.
But the developers have agreed to multiplayer. They're going to work on co-op afterwards.
Right. I was just say, looking at the video, it did look like only single player. They didn't have anything in there for
That's why I
multiplayer.
brought it up. Yeah, I was wondering, but
Uh,
also confirmed that there'll be free updates to the game, which would be expect to have the standard these days. But it's nice to get a confirmation at least. So yeah, single player campaign with co-op to come.
right. It does look like a very nice game. Looks well polished.
Yeah, the only reason why they've said this is because XOR Studios, due to the size of their team,
Right.
quite a small team,
Okay.
which is fair. Like if they can do it, they've said yes to it. That's a good idea. Definitely my kind of game. I'll definitely do some videos on that one. I think
Yeah.
that might be my next one to do some stuff on. So
Yeah, I thought you might like that one. When I seen it, I was like, "This is right up his street." This.
yeah, fire through that campaign.
Yeah. Right. Let's plod on. Let's push through. Did you say you had something else to add? Did you? Obviously, I haven't mentioned Battlefield yet because we'll move on to that.
Yeah,
shortly.
just a couple ones, just quick ones. Nothing really detailed to go into. Okay, I've got an opinion for you. I want your opinion. So lots of people have been complaining about Far Cry 6.
Right.
Not specifically the game, just that some people have been buying the disc version. You know those
Right.
people. Don't know who those people are. I'm joking.
Discs
They've been
don't.
out
They
buying
don't
the disc
exist
version of
anymore.
it, whacking the disc in, and then getting presented with a 68 gigabyte file to download.
Yep. Because the disc, you know what the disc version is now, don't you?
The Xbox version.
Well, no, the disc is just your license now. There's no.
Well, so they've come out. The makers of Far Cry have come out and said that the disc has the Xbox One version of the game on it,
Right.
not the Series X version of the game.
Yeah.
So it will download the Series X version of the game.
But at the same time, all disc games now, obviously, as we know, install to your hard drive. And when
Pretty
you
much
launch,
anyway, yeah.
yeah, when you launch a game up now, the disc spins once to check if you've got the correct disc in.
Yeah.
For
So
the license checking.
700 there was 735 megabytes on the disc.
Yeah.
And 68 gigabyte to download.
Which I don't think is that bad. I mean, this day and age, I mean, I've seen fucking hell, Halo Master Chief Collection. I know that's a lot of games on there, but there's other games that are way beyond that.
Is it a physical push though? Is it a push by Microsoft and people to force people to go down the road of downloading anyway?
I don't think so.
Because let's think about it, right? Let's think about this very quickly, right? And I just thought of this now, right? Making discs, putting them in packages, distributing them to, all these stores is incredibly expensive, right? You don't get it cheaper by buying it online, unless you're buying it through somewhere online.
You do unless you buy elsewhere.
Why are you buying certain places? You do.
Yeah.
But in general, you pay the same price for it, right? So to Microsoft, much cheaper for you to just buy it online.
Yeah. This goes for all consoles, by the way. And can I just add that Nintendo, I have no idea how they manage it, but Nintendo manages to hold all their games hold their price. All of them hold their price. It's just ridiculous. So when Nintendo has a sale, it knocks like £3 off, or fucking
Do you know how?
$5.
I know how. I know how they do this.
But they're very good with the way they do things, and they're very like you'll struggle to find certain games that you won't find, or it's hard to find digital versions of games elsewhere other than on their
And
own
that's
market.
because
They
and that's
hold the
because
monopoly.
and that's because they'll specifically state that with
Yeah,
suppliers. So I like Apple products and stuff like that are the same.
yeah,
I mean, if you go to another place, you can't buy an iMac Pro or whatever for
yeah.
like
But
£300 cheaper or whatever.
I do feel that maybe Microsoft and Sony might go down the same route and try and do the same thing. But then again, Game Pass,
Tops all that.
yeah, Game Pass itself. You go into a store, and you could probably say, like, our local game store, 80% of those games that are on Game Pass are now less than a fiver in our store, because they know that they can't compete with Game Pass.
No.
It's effectively, I'd hate to say this, it's effectively shutting our game stores down. But on the flip side of this is the game stores have been greedy for far too long, and people would have been going to the stores and buying from them had they done maybe better sales, or you know, matched prices that people buy when you buy online. Because I know I can buy from somewhere like Curry's online, 9 times out of 10 you can find a discount code for them, and I could pick up a brand new game day one, £35. You go to your local game store, you're talking £55, £60.
Yeah.
So where are you going to shop? I mean, me asking you, if I said, you can get that there, you can get that there, where are you going to go?
Yeah, the cheaper one, sure.
Yeah, but for some bizarre reason, they price themselves out the market, and then wonder why nobody's shopping
They
them.
probably price themselves out of the market because they've got too many overheads.
Possibly. But as we know, good old Mike Ashley, who's now got £300 million sat in his bank from the Sikhs, he's moved all his game stores now out of their own individual stores and put them all into Sports Direct stores now.
Because it reduces your overhead.
Yeah, but if anybody's ever been in one of these stores, they are shocking now. They are terrible. The local one to me now, I've got to go up 4 or 5 flights of stairs to get to the very top of this building. It's right in the back corner, and
so they're not in foot traffic.
No, you're probably lucky if you
They're
have
out of
one
the
guy
way.
working on it, and literally it's like trainers, like football boots, Super Mario. It's just weird. It's just proper weird.
What I don't understand, especially I can't speak for other countries because I think other countries do it a bit more than we do. But why I don't understand in the UK is why they didn't turn it into gaming hubs where people could, have
Look,
consoles there
the
and PCs there and all
the
sorts there.
one in the one a little bit further afield, in the retail park, that one was, until they shut it down and moved it into the Sports Direct.
Yeah, I still don't think like I think they do like they've done it, and I know places like HMV and stuff have done it in the past, and it hasn't quite worked. And I think it's because it's not the main thing it's there for.
Yeah, well, I know
The
for a
game's
fact.
there to make to sell games and sell stuff, right?
I know
But
for
if
a
they flipped it completely,
I know
they'd
for a
make a lot of
fact
money.
that store in particular did have a very good, like, it was always full. Also, what came from that is, I think they're called Teesside Steelers. Now they are a competitive
Yeah,
gaming.
like an esports league.
Yeah, they go all over the world and do
Yeah,
esports, but that was coming out of there. That's shut now though. They've got nowhere to go. They've turned around now and said that they're going to try and set up camp somewhere and continue it, but at the minute there's nothing.
that's what I don't understand. That model
Yeah.
should work because you've got, you can hire buses and stuff now, gaming buses for parties and all this kind of crap, right? You wouldn't they wouldn't exist if you
Yeah.
had a local place you could go to you could play games.
Well,
Let's face it, right? gaming's more popular now. You want a bunch of your mates to go play games together, all in the same place. People don't do it in people's houses. You don't have enough TVs and all this kind of shit, right? You go to fucking game and all play together.
Yeah, well, I think the one in Newcastle in the metro, that one, it's probably almost 50% of the store is a gaming hub. It's
Yeah, but
all down one side.
the thing is, it should be a gaming hub, right? With PCs, consoles, whatever you want. Should
Yeah,
even put old school shit in it if they can get that stuff. They should put in a fucking cafe of some sort in there. People can get food and drink, stuff like that, right? And then the buying of product could just be like an online version of the store.
yeah. You're talking like a new model, or like if we're gonna go down that route and talk companies and business, it's insurances and stuff like that. But I do agree with you. But I tell you where would be an ideal place to do this, because they've already got all insurances and things like that in place already. Do you know your soft plays where they've got the little restaurants in them and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Have a little offshoot unit on them, because you've got your insurances for and your food, your health and safety, and your food hygiene and all that crap's already in place. Use one of them. Bang one in there somewhere.
yeah. I know what you mean about your like licensing to do certain stuff like that. But come on, you can make yourself. I'm not necessarily saying in game, right,
Yeah.
where the game stores are.
No, I'm
I'm
just
just
saying
saying
like it,
that
it.
model would easily work, and you'd easily get a license for it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if I was to do it, I would approach someone like that where you've got everything in place already.
Yeah, potentially, if they
Uh,
had the space to do it and it was worth it to do it,
yeah.
and you could possibly share like the fees and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, well, you would. You'd split it out, base it on floor space and whatnot.
you would definitely have to look into it in that way. Um, but it's always been a thought of mine that it's something that people should do, and I think you could do. I think you could get a lot out of it. I think you could have a lot of people coming in and playing competitively. I think you could have a lot of, potential streamers and stuff that are doing stuff. You could even help them in that genre of what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
like streaming booths and stuff like that for people who can't do it, who want to do it, can do it there. They do it as part of a subscription service to you, and if you go down the road of Twitch and all these kind of things that people are doing, you're gonna have a lot of content, and maybe you have your own channel as part of the club.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff you can do and lots of avenues you can go down to make enough money to cover the cost of everything. I'm pretty sure most console like PlayStation and Xbox and stuff would probably support it pretty heavily, in the way of hardware and stuff like that. Um, I think it's a good model, and let's face it, there's less shops opening up these days. So there's probably a lot of places to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Good.
If you've got
Uh,
anything else to add in, we
the only one
divulged a bit.
we did. Sorry about that. So the creators of Alien Isolation and Halo Wars 2 are developing a new sci-fi shooter together.
All right.
There's not much on it.
Early days then.
Yeah, it's early days. Fans have been teased of a new AAA first-person shooter from the studio for a while now. So something's coming. We don't know what it is, but could be good, and it'll be using the new Unreal Engine. So one to look out for. Keep an eye on that one. We've spoke through those ones. I'll touch on it here, but most people know about it anyway. But Twitch had massive data breach recently.
I think that's why I got an email. They sent me one saying that they'd reset all the keys.
Yeah, everyone's stuff got kind of pilfaged. Everyone found out what they got. Lots of mainstream streamers have been shown how much money they earned and all this kind of good stuff. So
yeah, don't slag them off, and he was streaming to Twitch now.
No, I'm just slagging them off. That's it. Hopefully they'll get it sorted out. I'll fix that out a bit.
We
I
make
think
zero. We are non-profitable stream. We do this off our own back. But if you do want a sponsor to give us
yeah,
a
yeah. I'm
few
not gonna
quid,
complain if you fired
DM
if you
me and
fire
I'll give you my
your
bank
Twitch Prime.
details.
If you want to send us your Twitch Prime, go for it. You get a free one every month from Amazon. Hey ho.
Alright, right. Should we move on? Are we happy?
Yeah, I don't have much else to say. So
Right.
we've been
So the
playing
next,
games more than looking at games.
yeah. So the next one, Battlefield 2042 beta, that has come out. That has been taking up a lot of our time, a lot of other people's time. There's been issues. There's been what this, that, and the other. Basically, one of the main things I want to bring up is, I'm on the Series X. Mike is on the Xbox One. For some strange reason, well, I know what the reasoning behind the way they've split them out for running the beta.
Oh, I thought you meant like for a strange reason that I'm on the Xbox One. Like I haven't upgraded yet.
So if you do want to send any money, send it Mike's way so he can get a new Xbox because he needs to get with the times. But no, so I've been playing on that. So I'm on the Series X. I play with Series X and Series S players and PC. Mike can only play on an Xbox One. He can only play with PlayStation 4. Sorry, I can play PlayStation 5 players as well. So I can only play new generation and PC. Mike can only play on old generation, and that is it.
Old generation, and I believe, now, I might be wrong in this, but I think it's anyone that's potentially playing it on PC but through Xbox.
I don't know.
I don't know
about that.
either. But
As far as I'm
checked, I
aware,
was
it was
playing it
just when you play Xbox One version
I
and
know, but when
PlayStation
I was
4.
playing it today, right, and you know when it gives you the little like symbol to show you what they're on.
Yeah.
Some of them was the Xbox symbol, and some of them was just an Xbox pad.
Right.
And I don't know
Don't
where
know.
the differentiation of that is.
Don't know. Don't know.
So
But anyway, what I downloaded the Xbox One version as well and tried to play against Mike on that one,
and
and
your game wouldn't load.
it just wouldn't load. It wouldn't pass the press A on the screen. That was annoying. But
I don't know
other
if
than
you
that,
can though. I don't know if you physically can. Like, was there any talk of that you could play?
well, I have the fact that I have the option to download either version and I can play any game on my
Yeah,
console.
you'd think it would just remove.
It
Yeah,
should
you'd
just
think it
work.
would just remove. Yeah.
But yeah, we couldn't play it together, so I played on my own. But I will tell you, on the Series X, it is definitely a very beautiful game. It looks amazing. It plays fairly smooth up until you are in vehicles. I think I was getting a lot of judder when I was in the gunner seat on a tank, when I was also trying to
Well,
take
that's the
down.
same as me, mate.
Yeah, I was trying.
I've watched people fly about like
I
in
was
the
trying.
helicopter. The pilot like move. The helicopter moves and the pilot stays where it is.
Right. Well, I was trying to take out one of the fighter jets with my anti-air, and I was aiming at it. Then next minute, it would just jolt and it would jump about 50 feet in the direction it was facing, or it would start like rotating weirdly in the air, like it was just absolute flipping out in the air. It was weird. But other than, I know they're not groundbreaking, not game breaking.
I think the point to come across with the beta, and if anyone's playing the beta, is they are like we talked about earlier. They are stress testing the servers. They're
Yeah,
not testing the game,
yeah.
and they're not going to launch and
They
release a game
they
that's
don't
fully
care.
working.
They don't
They
want to
don't
know that
care. They
these
say
things are
it might
broke.
crash your console. They say it might not do this. It might not do that. It might not do whatever. Right? They're just giving you access to test the service.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
So don't complain about it, because there's nothing to complain about. That's not the
No,
final game.
no. You're playing a beta. It's meant to be broken. It's not meant to work. But if you want to, you're getting a sneak peek at playing the game, and if that's something that you want to do, then great. From what I've seen so far and what I've played so far, I kind of like it. Don't see anything, you know. I see bugs and glitches and stuff, but I don't take them as part of the overall thing of the game. I kind of feel it seems pretty intense. I've not played the one that you've played, so like I'm limited to 64 players. You're obviously 128, is it?
128, yeah.
Yeah. So I
Which is
wondered
just
whether
insane.
128 was like too many people to
No,
cover the map.
it doesn't feel it, to be honest with you. It's just every now and then when I think there was 2 points at one point where like it seemed to be probably half of the player base was going to that and half the player base was going to the other. So that was just all
Okay.
out war. It was just mental.
Do you get? You probably don't know the answer, right? But I wonder whether you get more stuff. Like, do you get more vehicles allowed?
I don't know. It'll be something we can compare, I think. We can
Do
have
you
a
know what I mean?
little
Like,
look at that.
if you think about it, like, so on mine, like, you're only allowed certain amounts of vehicles at certain times. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see if it's more vehicles are allowed or not, because if they're not allowed, then that would make sense a little bit, because it would just mean there's a lot of foot soldiers on the floor, which is kind of
Yeah.
interesting to add more of that into the game.
What I want to
Yeah.
do is I want to stream. I want you to stream, and I want to stream, and I want to do it side by side
Cool.
for
Maybe
comparison.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think that'll be a very good one. So a little comparison of the visual, the graphics, some of the different features in there, just to see if they're the same.
Yeah, it'd be
See
interesting.
see
Yeah.
what the differences are.
I have downloaded it on my PC now as well. To give it a go and see what it's like, because that means I'll be playing. I should be able to play it with Craig, I guess, in that sense.
Story of Mike's life. He's always wanted to
I don't
play
know
with
what
me.
I don't know how party and friends list and stuff works when you do it that way, but we'll find out.
I will sort that out. So obviously that's a game we've been playing. I suppose we've kind of moved on to the games we're playing at the minute. I will mention the one game that I play every single week, just to get it out of the way. Immortals Fenyx Rising. Still playing that. Still loving it. Amazing game. Just keep chipping away, mate. Honestly, it's a brilliant game, and I can't believe we've still not played it.
Too many other games yet.
Yeah, obviously New Worlds you all know about. We don't really need to go into that, and I've jumped briefly back into Forza Horizon, mainly just because I got the new TV, wanted to see what it looked like.
How's it look?
Amazing. It seems to me the game's the same, but it just the TV and the console, the new generation console, just makes it that much better.
Yeah.
Again, with FIFA 22, I had a little brief look on that, and that just it makes me want to play it now.
Okay. Yeah.
Whereas before, just because of how good visually it looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. I don't know if there's anything else you've been playing, Mike.
No, to be fair, no. Problem with MMOs is they take up your time.
New World and Battlefield.
But to be fair, between like you've said, with work and stuff and that and little babies, time is limited on stuff like that, and obviously we're doing stuff like this and trying to record content and all this good stuff, so you get a limitation of how many games and stuff we can play at the moment, but I'm sure that'll change in the future as we go forward. But no, I'm enjoying the stuff that I'm playing, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Aye.
Play that you enjoy. Yeah, don't play any game just because someone else is playing it. Play a game, test it, see if you like it. If you like it, great, keep playing it. If not, move on to something else.
Everything's limited these days.
Yeah, I could genuinely see. I mean, I'm playing Battlefield a lot at the moment because of it being the beta, and after the weekend we won't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Until the 14th of November or whatever it is. So in that sense, that's why I'm playing that more. I could see us playing New World quite a bit and probably dabbling out into other games, but you only have a finite amount of time. So
Limitation, masturbation. That's what it is.
well, there's that as well. That takes time as well. So.
2 pumps in a squirt. I haven't even got time for that no more.
Title of this video. Imitation masturbation. Like it.
Right, shall we move into the quiz?
I suppose so.
Going into this week, 1-1 again, still, after we both got them incorrect last week. So
Yeah.
I'll jump straight in, then I'll start this off. So, with the upcoming release of Battlefield 2042, I see it fitting that I should kind of revolve my question around this. So,
Okay.
in 2002, no Googling, I know you. In 2002, the first in the series was released to the world. What was this version called? Was it A, Battlefield 1942? Was it B, Battlefield Modern Combat? Or C, Battlefield Vietnam?
See, I've played Battlefield 1942. I've played Battlefield Vietnam. I feel like I've heard Battlefield Modern Combat. It doesn't ring his bell as much, which means that it may have been the first one. I do believe 1942 was out before Vietnam. It definitely was.
We need like a little countdown thing, don't we?
I don't remember the first. I don't remember the first ever Battlefield being modern. I always remember it being older. So I'm gonna say Battlefield 1942.
And you would be correct to say 1942 because it is.
Woohoo! I'm actually quite happy with that because I'm a Battlefield fan. I've played them all.
I
Know them
thought
all.
I thought it might be easy, or it might be kind of, you might think, oh, it's a bit red
The
herring. That it was
Battlefield combat thing
2042,
kind of threw me
1942.
off.
They actually are all games, all within
Yeah,
all within a year or two of each other.
yeah. I remember playing. I played 1942 and Vietnam. I played 1942 loads with my mate.
Vietnam might have even been out around the same year. I think.
I
I
remember
think
Vietnam coming out.
I think it was a tweak. I can't
And
quite
Modern
remember.
Combat was the first, obviously the first modern one. But
Oh, so
there you
Mike's
go.
one up.
Interesting.
Mike's at two. Mike's on two. Go on then. He's changed his question now. He's making it harder.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Okay, so
He's still here.
get that. Let me get.
Come on.
I'm here. Mario
Oh, right, yeah.
first appeared in what video game?
What a prick.
Was it Pinball? It was released in 1984.
Right,
Donkey Kong,
right.
which was released in 1984 or 1983. Or was it Gumaku Narab? I can't even pronounce that. Gumaku Narab Renju in 1983.
Well, you're giving me the years, so...
Right? And?
Alright, okay. I thought you said which one was he first in. Isn't it going to be
Yeah.
one of the earlier ones?
Yeah,
Just
they're all
a
games from Nintendo,
yeah, yeah.
all in different ages. I'm just curious.
On a side note, while I remember, Mario, you know they're making a new Mario film, and Chris Pratt's going to be Mario.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, just put that out there. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say it is. What was the second one you said?
Donkey Kong,
Is this like old school Donkey Kong with the ladders and whatnot?
the first ever one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to say that.
You are correct. Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Do you know what he was called in Donkey? I'm going to ask you two separate questions about this.
Yeah.
Do you know what he was called in Donkey Kong?
Fucking
I didn't give you this question because I didn't think you would know the answer to this.
the plumber.
He was called Jump Man.
Jump man.
And do you know what his job was?
Don't know. Jumping.
Was he a plumber? Was he an electrician? Or was he a carpenter?
Well, he was a plumber. Mario was a plumber.
Yeah, in Donkey Kong he was a carpenter.
Crazy man. Absolutely
Crazy stuff out there when you start looking at questions. What did Nintendo make before they made video games?
I don't know, but I've seen a documentary about Nintendo.
They made playing cards before that.
Right. I seen a documentary about Nintendo not that long ago, and about how when they first started, instead of approaching one of the mainstream producers, developers, whatever you want to call them, for making a console and these games, they decided to go off on their own and did it as kind of a hobby, and they were paid by like vouchers to go in restaurants and
that would make sense.
Weird shit. It was like they didn't get paid a lot of money at all, but then all of a sudden they were on the main stage up against some of these major competitors who were raking in millions. And then obviously it took off. But
apparently, I found out today as well that the idea for the Game Boy came from a janitor who worked at Nintendo.
Craziness. Right, sounds like the little ones waking up. Little ones.
We'll call it a day.
Yeah, so that's 2 each. Been good. Thank you for your time, Mike, and thank you for listening, everybody else. So you've been listening to HCG. Again, my name's Craig, as Crisis2 on all social media.
Yeah, my name's Mike, Iron Mike 2 on Xbox and social media as well.
Yep.
Cheers for listening.
Right, thanks for listening, everyone. Take care of yourselves.
Bye.
Bye now.